when it comes to the states, this is what I want to put in there. And it's probably not what you're thinking I'm going to say about the states when it comes to different state benefits. You brought up, obviously, the state real estate property tax exemption, which is great. There's obviously others. I'm going to let you chime in on the others, but I'm going to front load it with this.
Mm-hmm.
Every state out there is vying for veterans to stay in their state or move to their state. How? By providing state veteran benefits. Okay, why are they providing state veteran benefits? They don't need to, right? No state has to. There's all these federal benefits, right? The reason why, and I'm just going to use the big three states, and the big three are veteran population. So you have Florida, Texas, and California. Those are the three monster states for veteran population. Combined, Clay, those three states, from their veterans that are living there, from disability compensation only, so no retired pay, no school, no Chapter 35, nothing like that, right? Just disability compensation. Over $30 billion a year driven into those states from the federal government through veterans, right? So the state is not paying that money out, but it's showing up in their state. And guess what veterans are really good at, Clay? Not saving their money. So we're going to go out and we're going to buy a new this and a new that and upgrade this and go out to dinner and go to the bar or whatever we do, right? So we're supporting the economic ecosystem of the state with billions of dollars, $30 billion between those three states. So you can bet that the states want veterans to stay there, because the other thing is one, we're in a way incentivized to continue to report our ailments, potentially increasing our benefits. We aren't going to qualify for social services type of benefits, from the counties or the state. So we're not a drain on the ecosystem. We have our own federal low and no income safety net program, such as VA pension and, oh, by the way, spouse pension. So states love us. They want us in there. So I'm going to just throw out there that if you are not theoretically or metaphorically knocking on your state legislators' doors saying, we need to have an X or a Y or a better this or a better that, you're wrong. And there's two ways to do it, in my opinion. You could either do it yourself, go have a talk with your state representative, right? Or you can put money into memberships at the, DAV, American Legion, whatever. And that's a legislative kind of lobbying body that will kind of do it for you. But be involved to whatever capacity you can, because look, at the end of the day, there's a lot of groups out there that are loud and they get the things that they want for their groups. We're a group and we need to stick together and we need to be loud so we can get the things that we actually earned and deserve. Without us, there would be no elected officials. So at the end of the day, there's always that. Okay, Clay, I'm going to kick it back to you. That's my setup for the states, because the states do have a plethora of benefits, but this is why, right? It's not because they love veterans. Here you go. It's the right thing to do. No, it's because they want our money to be spent in the states. I mean, at the end of the day, right? So what other things do you have on the top of your mind about state benefits? And then I'll come back in and wrap up.
So the time sensitive state benefits are definitely your property tax exemption, which is real estate, and most states have one primary vehicle. Again, in Virginia, that's exactly what it is, right? There's an acreage for your real estate. It's one primary vehicle. And let's say I have a vehicle, my wife has a vehicle. Let's just hypothetically say my wife's car is way more expensive than mine, so we're going to pay more taxes. As long as I'm on that title, even as a secondary, we can choose for that vehicle to have the property state exemption for that tax. Most states do it that way. And when I say most states, I mean the ones that have property state exemptions. Now, there are other state benefits that are not time sensitive, okay? But I would say property, if I get P&T today, the very first thing I'm doing is looking at property state benefits for sure, or property state. Oh my goodness. Property
Vehicle
tax exemptions.
registration and your
Yeah.
real estate property tax exemptions. Yes.
State tax exemptions. Yeah. There are other state benefits like state schools. I believe there are 6 states, and don't quote me on any of these, that have state school benefits. Okay. I know 3 off the top of my head because I live in Virginia. I'm from Kentucky, and we're probably moving to Alabama at some point. And all 3 of those states also have state school exemptions, which is, in my opinion, probably the most ground changing. Like, you're looking at generational wealth.
Right.
It's this benefit, right? And I'll use myself as an example. I have 4 children. My 4 children are going to have the ability to go to Virginia if I stay here, or Alabama state schools if I move there. They're going to have the ability to go to school for free, which is insane, right? That's not including Chapter 35. Okay. I'm sure we'll bring that up. And so now Chapter 35 could seriously pay their room and board and their food. And then that college bill could be zero. In fact, your dependent could probably pocket some of that. That assumes they're not playing beer pong every single day or whatever it is that college kids do. But as far as state benefits, those are really the main 2 that I would look at. But yeah.